Hello there and welcome to the Drone Winds project. My name is Jeff Thompson and I'm going to help you read the winds. First thing we're going to do, we're going to assume that you have gotten your drone, you have read your manual, you've set up all of your accounts with DJI, and you set up your accounts with AirData, and you've made a couple of flights so that you're familiar with the systems and how they work, and you're ready to read the winds. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to fire up our DJI program and our drone, turn it on, turn our remote on, get it ready to go, and we're going to launch.
Take off.
Once we get our drone airborne,
the point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to fly up to altitude. Now, keep in mind, we currently have a limit of 400 feet. But in the settings, you can change that ever so slightly. We don't recommend going much higher, but you are allowed to go above the highest obstacle in your area. So let's say you've got some trees that are 75 feet, then you can set it to go to 475 feet above your area. It's also a good idea to have a spotter near you to keep their eyes and ears open for low-flying aircraft. You should be below them and they should be above you, but safety is always the #1 concern. Now, as you're flying your drone up, one of the things we've learned is you want to keep your vertical speed under control. It'll give you a better reading. And if you wonder where that setting is at or where you can read that, down in that lower area right here, you can see your vertical speed. Keep that around 2 miles an hour. If you're using kilometers, keep it under 3 kilometers per hour, and that overall is going to give you a much better reading. It'll give you a better data set when you're done with your flight. So go ahead and proceed on up to your maximum flight altitude. Now, we don't recommend flying around any. Just take it up, get your readings, and then bring it right straight back down again. Now, using the GPS location on your drone, if you don't alter left or right, forward and back, your drone should keep its place in the sky. In other words, if you just go up and come back down, it should stay in place, and it'll bring itself back down and land almost exactly where you took off from. Now, when it comes down, you'll have to keep an eye on placement. And alter just a little bit to be safe. But we're about to reach our maximum altitude here, and you'll hear our drone tell us that in just a moment.
Maximum flight altitude reached.
Alright, well, there's no need to stick around up here, so as soon as we've reached our maximum altitude, we can go ahead and begin our descent and bring that drone right straight back down. Now, one of the things I will tell you is that all of the video taken here in this tutorial is done pretty much in real time. There was not a lot cut out of this video. So if you're wondering how long it's going to take you to actually get a wind report from your drone, about the length of this video is about how long it takes. So it is extremely comparable to the amount of time it takes to actually use a helium balloon and a compass. But more importantly, it's incredibly accurate. We have done this prior to flights, and every pilot who has flown the flights has come back afterwards and told us that the drone data was right on the money. It was absolutely exactly what they found when they got up in the air. So the data that the drones report back is data that is extremely accurate. Alright, so we're getting ready to get down here for landing. Incidentally, this is just out behind the Thompson compound down here in Florida. If you're using a waiver to go to 1,500 foot for a wind check, you can increase the speed up and down to 4 miles an hour and still get good readings. Now, just for reference, all of this information is documented in a wonderful presentation available in the Download Center on hotairballoonist.com. This presentation is free for members. It's located in the Tutorials section on hotairballoonist.com, go to the download center, and you can download this entire presentation in PDF form. Incidentally, this video was done with a Mavic Pro. The interface that you see here is very similar to the Mavic 2.
Landing.
Alright, once we've landed our drone, now we want to go ahead and upload this flight. So we're going to click on the DJI icon up in the upper left corner here. And then we're going to click on the little person icon, lower right hand corner, the Me button. That's going to take us to our data area. We're going to click Flight Records on this page, and this is going to take us to our account on DJI. And we're going to click on the Sync button in the upper right hand corner, and that's going to sync the flight that we just flew. And once that flight has synced, we're going to close this application, and we're going to open up the Air Data Sync application, and that's going to be that's your black icon right here. We're going to click on that, open that up, and when that application opens, we're going to click again on Sync Now. And once this application syncs, this is taking the data from your DJI account online and syncing it with your Air Data application. When that is finished, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close that application, and we're going to open the the Air Data application. And when that application opens, at the very bottom in the center, you're going to click on that icon right there, and that's going to take you to your flight records. And when your flight records opens, the very top record on that page, that'll be the flight that you just flew, the last flight that was recorded. You can click on the image or the small arrow, and it'll take you to the data for that flight. We're going to scroll that top line over to wind data, or over to weather, click on weather, and then scroll the second line over to the wind data, and click on that, and there is your data. There's the actual in-flight weather with altitudes, directions, and wind speeds, all the way up to 400 foot. Now, we have taken the time to compare the drone reports to actual weather forecasts, and the drone, believe it or not, will tell you where the forecasts are wrong in many cases. Most of the time, the drone report is as accurate as what you'll find when you actually get up in the sky. And again, if you take your time going up and down, you'll get a much better data set from the drone when it's finished. So I hope this has all been helpful to you. You can check out this report and many others online. Thanks for watching.